All right, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're going to challenge your brain and uncover just how easily our minds can be tricked by some incredibly simple language. You see, we spend so much of our lives relying on quick, automatic assumptions to navigate the world. And honestly, most of the time, that mental shortcut serves us perfectly well. But sometimes, sometimes it leads us right into a cognitive trap. Today, we're looking at a classic piece of lateral thinking, and we're going to deconstruct it piece by piece to see exactly how it manages to bypass your logical defenses. Okay, listen closely to this premise. A man leaves home, takes 3 left turns, and arrives back home where 2 people wearing masks are waiting for him. Who are they? Take a second to really process that imagery. A man leaving, making very specific directional turns, returning to his starting point, and being met by masked figures. Your brain is already trying to paint a picture of this scene, isn't it? So, based on that exact setup, you've got 3 distinct choices to figure out who these mysterious masked individuals are. Option A, are they police officers? Maybe setting up a sting operation. Option B, are they a baseball catcher and an umpire? Or option C, are they bank robbers waiting for an accomplice? It's pretty fascinating just how much these options contrast with one another. 2 of them imply high-stakes criminality, while one sits completely outside of that context. Okay. You have exactly 10 seconds to lock in your guess. Feel the pressure. Think about how to connect those 4 data points: leaving home, 3 left turns, arriving back, and masks. Seriously, don't just go with your very first instinct. Try to logically connect them. I'll give you a few seconds to let the clock run down. All right? Got your answer locked in?
Let's see how you did. The correct answer is actually option B, the baseball catcher and umpire. Look, if you guessed A or C, you are definitely not alone. I totally fell for it the first time too. But if you picked B, congratulations. Your lateral thinking skills saw right past the immediate deception.
Moving on to part 1, anatomy of the trick, breaking down the clues. A good riddle is kind of like a magic trick. It's all about misdirection. It literally gives you every single fact you need to solve it, but presents it in a way that encourages you to look in the completely wrong direction. This sequence brilliantly illustrates the hidden physical journey within the text. The riddle describes a baseball game, not a house. Step 1. The batter hits the ball and leaves home, as in home plate. Step 2. To run the bases, the player has to run to first, second, and third base. Navigating that diamond requires exactly 3 consecutive left turns. And Step 3. To score a run, the player arrives right back at home plate. The geometry of the riddle perfectly matches the geometry of a baseball diamond. And what about the ending? Those mysterious masked people waiting for him? Well, they aren't criminals attempting a heist, and they definitely aren't cops conducting a raid. They are simply the catcher and the umpire. Those masks in the text aren't criminal disguises meant to hide their identities. They're just standard protective baseball masks worn for safety during the game. The text gave you a 100% accurate physical description, but it allowed your own cultural associations with the word mask to completely steer you toward a true crime scenario.
Now for part 2, the psychology of assumptions. Why the trick works.
Seriously, why did police officers or bank robbers feel so incredibly plausible when you first heard the setup? Why didn't we immediately just picture a sunny afternoon at the ballpark? It really comes down to how our brains instantly fill in the blanks. Our minds are incredibly efficient prediction machines. When we're given ambiguous information, we just instantly use the most statistically likely context based on our daily lives. The entire trick relies on the fact that your brain automatically assumes home means a residential house. For 99% of your daily interactions, if someone says, "I'm leaving home," they mean their house or apartment, right? The alternate definition, a literal 5-sided piece of white rubber on a dirt field, is a highly specific secondary meaning. So the riddle basically weaponizes the primary definition of home against you.
As this quote sums up perfectly, this riddle tricks you into assuming home means a house when it actually means home plate. By mixing that immediate false assumption with the vaguely threatening imagery of unknown people in masks waiting at a destination, the text actively misleads your natural deductive reasoning. It basically sets a stage in your mind that makes options A and C seem totally logical, while hiding the perfectly innocent reality of option B right in plain sight.
So, that leaves us with a pretty fascinating final thought. If a simple, warm, everyday 4-letter word like home can so easily hijack your logical assumptions and completely change the reality of a scenario in your mind, what other everyday words is your brain hardwired to misinterpret? Honestly, the next time a situation seems obvious at first glance, you might want to pause, take a step back, and ask yourself, am I actually looking at a house, or am I just looking at home plate?